there. Welcome back. Professor O here.
Professor O. It's a sex thing. It's the Feeding the Trolls 11th Annual For-Profit Holiday Special! Ho-ho! Happy holidays! Because that'll piss this guy off. Hello and welcome to another Feeding the Trolls. It's that Weasel. And, yeah, so, I know what you're thinking. What is this? You know, what is all this? Okay, well, I had to shave completely for a job. Without getting too much into it, I do a lot of background stuff, so I had to completely shave for a fitting. And to be honest, I absolutely hate how I look without a beard, or without at least some stubble. It's kind of my thing. So I waited a little bit to do an episode. Sorry, yeah, I know, the delay was long, and especially after I keep saying that I'm gonna try and do more episodes. I know that's annoying. Look, if you think it's bad for you, it's awful for me. Seriously, this channel's like a stress relief valve. I kinda need this, and to go several months without making everything, and especially missing Halloween, I hate that. But something happened, and I kind of needed to completely reorient my life to making as much money as possible. You know, shit happens. However, I promised on Discord that I would be doing a holiday special, and here we are. I know everyone was kind of expecting me to do the Trump NFT announcement, which I actually did record that, but I positioned the microphone wrong, and it was awful, and I didn't have a beard, and then some other work stuff came up, and then it was like 3 days after it, and it was like, no, who cares? So our former president yet again made a grift. Hooray! Yeah, I know, I'm starting off the episode woke. Kill me. So I figured re-watching that episode again would kind of be like treading water, and so much shit. Like, it's just a constantly evolving thing with Trump and Twitter and shit, and I just wanted to sit back and relax with something normal, like this dude.
I'm real, I am. I promise you. Please, just believe me.
So let's all gather around the computer, get our hot chocolate or coffee, or this, which is a combination of hot chocolate and coffee, and let's enjoy, this guy whose name I forgot. I don't know. This is part 4 of Proof That God Exists. Why not start with part 1? Happy holidays!
Professor of Objects, I was getting ready to talk to you again in our final chat here about some more arguments for the existence of God, but I gotta admit, I'm pretty discombobulated here.
I'm surrounded by a terrible Snapchat filter, and it's just messing with my brain!
I just got an email from a Discipletown kid.
A what town?
Discipletown kid.
I don't think that's a real place, but let's look it up. Discipletown. I don't want to click on that. Oh, okay. Am I gonna be on a list now?
That's right. I don't know how he got my email.
He must have stolen it off the dark web.
But he just emailed, and I just read it here on my iPhone, and it says here, Professor O, I don't believe that you exist.
Oh dear, I hadn't thought of that! And so Professor O disappeared in a puff of logic.
Doubting kid. Doubting kid?
Doubting kid? I didn't like doing that. I'm using a prime lens for this, so there is no, there's no infinite focus. It's not going to focus automatically on me. So if I get real close, I'm just going to get blurry, which is really stressful for me because I'm 80% sure this chair is not moving backward, but if it does and I go blurry, it's I kind of got to shoot this whole thing again.
I wonder who that could be.
Maybe it's a figment of my own imagination.
Is it you?
Me?
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 Is it you?
Is it me?
I guess before I go on and give you a couple more arguments for the existence of God, I guess I I guess I need to prove that I'm real.
No, you don't. I can totally trust that you're a real person because of how lame you are. I don't think an AI is actually capable of this level of lameness. Congratulations, man, you beat the Turing test.
I mean, come to think of it, I mean, how do you know that I'm real? I mean, I got my Yoda puppet back here, and you know, he looked pretty real in the Star Wars movies.
He was real. A real puppet.
He was just CGI. That stands for computer-generated imagery.
Yeah, I know what CGI stands for. Because it's 2022, not 1989.
And, you know, he wasn't real, and he sure looked real, so how do you know I'm not a computer-generated image?
Well, you know, given how good deepfake technology is and how sophisticated AI and machine learning is becoming, I don't. I've never met you in person. In fact, up until today, I didn't even really care who you were. You could legitimately be a deepfake. You could be a series of writers and actors. This could be a studio. I mean, it looks pretty real, but I know a lot of talented people in the Blender community. I mean, they could probably whip this up pretty quick. And because you've added this shitty filter all over everything, I mean, any imperfections in the model could just be attributed to this grainy bullshit. You might not be real. It's a hard thing to come to grips with, I know. I mean, I'm not real.
Oh boy, how do I prove to you that I'm real? I mean, I am real.
I don't know that.
I'm telling you.
How do you know that?
I'm real, I am. I promise you. Please, just believe me.
You don't know that you're real. You could be a personality living in someone's head. Like you could be a result of mental illness.
Hmm.
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 Huh.
Hmm. Hmm. Hmm.
Okay, dude, you can stop. It was funny the first couple of times, but now this is getting annoying.
I know. I'll just apply the same arguments for the existence of God to the existence of Professor O.
I don't think that's a good idea.
All right, the first one we did was the cosmological argument.
Am I made of space?
And that was the argument of first cause. And you're watching a video, right? And something had to cause that video. I mean, it didn't just appear.
Well, mathematically speaking, if we were, say, at the end of time, like quadrillions and quadrillions and quadrillions and quadrillions of years hence, probabilistically, math.
I mean, I had to set up lights, and I had to set up a camera and a tripod,
And I had to put this shitty filter over. Like, seriously, dude, just don't. I know you're gonna make a video after this. Please don't put this. Please don't apply this filter ever again. It is super distracting. It is just super distracting.
and I had to run a wire. See, look, there's a wire here with a microphone.
And yet your sound still sucks. And I can't tell if it's because your microphone's not properly calibrated or if you intentionally made your sound suck. It would kind of make sense given the filter you've applied over everything, and if so, you just spent a lot of time and energy to effectively ruin it in post. Like, I'm sorry, but this is awful. And if this is what you wanted visually, maybe you just, like, shouldn't have.
And I had to get props. I had to cause this video to happen.
I don't know that you caused this video to happen. How do I know there's not a writer-director behind this camera? You could just be an actor.
So that proves, well, it's one proof that I exist, because I had to cause this video to happen. And so just like there's a God because there had to be a first cause to everything that happened, I'm the cause of this video.
It could be you from the future. It could be I from the future. I mean, just saying something has a cause does not automatically mean, that cause is God. It's like this video. You can argue like, hey, this video had a cause and that cause was you, but it's like, you can't prove that the cause wasn't also a iron golem.
That's one way of proving that I exist. So just like God had to have a first cause, this video had to have a cause.
Then what caused God?
And I'm the cause of this video.
Okay, I'm not gonna put future me through that kind of editing again.
Okay.
Are you having an episode?
All right, then next we talked about the teleological argument
What are my teleologs?
for God. And that was that everything has to have a design.
No, that's not true at all. Things can come about through chance all the time. In fact, this crappy Snapchat filter has probably some randomization element in it. Probably the noise that it's applying or the movement of these like black lines that I guess are supposed to be like film lines. I know that if you're going to argue that this video is designed, then I'm going to say you probably shouldn't make that argument, because if it is, this is an awful design.
And if there's a design, there's a designer. And in this video you're watching, it has a design.
Yeah, and it's an awful design.
I mean, it's been planned out. You know, I had to pick where I was going to put it, what I was going to put in it.
What horrible filter I was going to put over it to completely negate all the other work that I did. I mean, seriously, it's like I set up lights, and I set up a camera, and I set up the microphone, but it would be like if I did all that, and then I just put this over my whole video.
Decide what props I was going to use, what Bible verses I was going to read. And so the design of the video you're watching, it also suggests that I'm real, because, you know, there was a designer behind the video, and I'm the designer of that video.
I mean, except that it doesn't, because I don't know that you edited this video. Actually, I don't know that you did anything. You could, again, just be an actor. I mean, did Leonardo DiCaprio cause the Titanic?
So just as God is the designer of the great design of this world,
well, if he's the designer, then I have some notes.
I'm the designer of the video you're watching. And so that's another evidence that I'm real.
That's not an evidence that you're real. That's an evidence that the video exists. Alright, do I need to call your therapist?
Mr. Ant, kill your parents. Can you believe that some kid doesn't believe that I exist? That is just wrong.
It is wrong. Eat the blood of the innocent.
Oh, wrong. Right. That's it. That was the moral argument for God. See, we believe that God exists because he's placed within all of us this innate sense of what is right and what is wrong. And it's just wrong for you to not believe that I'm real, Mr. Doubting Kid. And so that means that I'm real, because you guys know it's just wrong that I'm not real.
That is some weak-ass argument.
And it's just wrong for some kid to think that. And that innate sense means that I must be real.
Seriously, this better not be your fucking argument. Please, dude, for real. Don't let this be your argument. This is awful.
Okay, that one's kind of a stretch.
I think the word kind of a stretch is doing a lot of stretching there.
But let me give you another one. And it's the written word example.
This book says that I'm real, therefore the book is right.
See, this video actually comes with a curriculum that I've written.
I don't know that you wrote this curriculum. Ghostwriters are a thing. I've done it.
And your teachers are using that curriculum.
The fact that something is being used does not mean that the person who wrote it actually wrote it. And even if you did write it, it doesn't necessarily mean that you're being truthful. The outlaw Josie Wales is a great example of this.
And in that curriculum, it has my name. Now, all right, let me just tell you something. I call myself Professor O, but that's not my real name.
Really? Damn, you fooled me. I thought it literally said Professor O on your birth certificate.
And actually, you probably noticed on my lab coat, it says the kidologist. That's another name that I use.
I have several different aliases across all 50 states. My pyramid scheme operation stretches over multiple countries.
But my real name is Carl Bastian.
I'm sorry.
And in that curriculum, it says it's written by Carl Bastian. And it actually says where to play the video, and it says that it's written by Carl Bastian. It says that Carl Bastian's the guy in the video. So that is written proof that I am who that I say that I am.
That is not proof that you're real, or that you wrote it. That's just proof that Carl Bastian is on the curriculum. Carl Bastian could just be a legal entity, like a company name or a group. It could be an alias. You yourself admitted to having multiple of those. It could be a conjunction of two different people, Carl and... What was your last name? I legit just fucking forgot his... Baskin? Was it Bastion? Am I having a stroke?
And so if you go look at that curriculum after Kids Church, you can ask your teachers to show you, and that is further proof.
Show us your driver's license. That would be proof enough for me. I don't know about anybody else, but if you put your driver's license and your social security card up to the camera right now, I will consider that proof. Throw your credit card up there for good measure.
You know, and that reminds me of another evidence for God, and it's the written proof or the biblical argument. Because you see, the Bible has been around for a lot longer than the curriculum that I'm the author of. It's been around for thousands of years.
So have the sutras. Is everything written in there real?
And it has been proven to be reliable.
Which is why today cattle breeders make sure that multiple striped sticks are next to their cows when they breed.
There are archaeological, historical events that were written in the Bible that weren't discovered for hundreds of years after it was written in here.
Even if that's true, which I'm not saying it is, but even if it is true, that doesn't prove the historicity of something. Troy was described in the Iliad. Does that mean cyclopses are real?
There are prophecies that came true. A prophecy is something that is said that will happen, and then it does come true.
Name one. Name one that's not a prophecy referenced in one part of the book that then happens in a different part of the book.
I happen to have a really old copy of the Bible.
Yeah, I know, and you're making me feel real pissed off the more you manhandle it without gloves. Look, I don't care that it's a Bible or not. It's an old book. You need to wear gloves. Your oils on the fucking oils on your skin are destroying that thing. Put on gloves.
Look at this thing. This is old.
Stop touching the paper.
When you open it very carefully to see what year it is, the numbers are not even written in regular numbers. They're written in Roman numerals. In fact, the year is MDCCCLXXX. Do you have any idea what year that is? Well, M means 1,000, D means 500, C means 100, L means 50, and X means 10. So MDCCCLXXX means 1,000 plus 500 plus C 100 times 3 plus L 50 plus X 3 times. That adds up to 1,880. So this Bible is from 1880.
And that's why we don't use Roman numerals anymore.
It's a really old copy of the Bible. Well, the Bible's been around for a very long time. It's a very reliable book.
If you say so.
It's been proven to be trustworthy. In fact, it is the most reliable ancient manuscript that is in existence in the world.
Yeah, I think Socrates would disagree.
And in this book, it says that God exists.
Which means dick all. I'm sorry, an old thing says that something is real. All right. The Iliad says that gorgons are a thing. Are gorgons a thing? The Iliad's real old.
And it says that God is real, and it tells us all about God. And that's another reason that we believe that there is a God.
It's cool that you believe that there's a God, I guess. But the thing is, even if God is real, doesn't prove that you're real. That's right, I got my eye on you. This mind game shit you're trying to play? Nuh-uh. I know what this video is really about. The people behind this character of Dr. O are trying to convince us that their deepfake AI is a real person. Well, I'm not getting fooled. I'm on to you.
And that God is who he says he is, and that he is the God of the Bible, and that Jesus is real.
So now you're just going to jump to saying, well, because the book says that God is real, that means Jesus is real. How do you know? How do you know? Well, because the book says he's real. Well, how can you trust the book? Oh, because the book says that it's trustworthy. Well, how do you know that the book is trustworthy? Because it says so.
But you know what? I really can't prove to you through this video that I'm real. I really could be an amazing CGI.
Yeah, you absolutely could be. I don't think that you are, but you could be. I guess the only real way to prove that you're not is to show us one of your debit cards. Front and back, you know,
There's really only one way that you could ever absolutely know for sure that I'm real.
Yes, and that would be for you to send me money. What I'm going to do, Dr. O, is I'm going to email you my Cash App address, and you're going to send me $500. I super promise I'll send it back. And if you send me $500, I will personally believe that you are real.
And do you know what that is? You would have to meet me in person.
That also wouldn't prove that you're real.
And some people have done that. They've come to a conference and met me, or kids have seen me do a magic show.
How do they know that they met you? They could be meeting an actor that just looks kind of like you and sounds kind of like you. That would be an excuse to put this awful filter over your video, because I can't tell shit from looking at it. Given the fidelity of the image, I could have run into you on the street and literally I would not be able to recognize you.
Some people have come to my house.
Kids have come to your house.
Those that know me in person, that know me personally, who have actually met me and been in the same room with me, they know I'm real.
They could know that you're real, but how do I know they're real? I mean, hell, man, I've been paid to pretend that a digital thing was in the room with me. Doesn't mean that it really was there. So how do I know that anybody I talk to who say they've run into you isn't just being paid to say that?
And you know what? They don't need a cosmological argument for the existence of Carl, or a teleological, or a moral argument, because that one was pretty weak.
No, they wouldn't need that because they're getting money.
They know I'm real because they know me.
And because the check didn't bounce.
And you know what? They don't have any doubt that I am real. And you know what? It's the same way with God.
Is it though? Because I could actually meet you physically, and that would be pretty good evidence.
You can try to use the cosmological argument, or the teleological, or the moral, or the biblical. There's ontological, and there's lots of other arguments.
Yeah, basically the rest of the video is him going, all of my arguments suck and are full of holes, but if you just close your eyes and believe super much, then eventually you'll trick yourself into believing it's real. Like literally, that is the rest of this video. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed that episode. Sorry the videos have been coming out super late. Shit's happening. If you like this video, then why not leave a like and a subscribe and a whatever. And I promise the next video is not going to be a theological thing. I just didn't feel like looking at Trump again. I just didn't fucking feel like it. Also, if you really want to support this channel, you can become a patron for just $1. You see my videos 2 days early, unless I absolutely have to rush to get this thing out on time, like these people. Look at them go. Hell yeah. And as always, happy holidays, Merry Christmas, Happy Kwanzaa, Happy Hanukkah, Happy the other holiday. There's like a bunch of them in December, and I haven't committed them all to memory, but whatever, and have a good day.